I'm a feather on the wing of an eagle that is soaring. You're a scale on a minnow that is swimming in the sea. I'm a drop of water in a rain shower pouring. You're a leaf on a branch of a sycamore tree. I'm a blade of grass in a field that is sprawling. You're a wisp of a cloud that is floating in the sky. I'm the spiraling dance of an autumn leaf that's fallen. You're the splash of stars that are stretched across the night. And everything is connected.
Hello.
Hello.
We're wearing masks.
Yeah, I'm wearing my paper plate mask.
And I'm wearing my new red mask. Now we'll take them off.
Hi. Help, Mr. Ed.
Hello.
Remember I made that mask yesterday, actually 2 days ago. I glued wool on the top. That's the same kind that you mix with water and soap and make a little ball. Remember we were talking about felting? And then I added earrings, and that is made of felt, red felt, which used to be wool, but somebody else, I didn't make it, but somebody else turned it into felt and turned it red, and I just cut that out and glued that on. And I have a couple others I can show you. Mr. Ed, you want to see? Some of them are, I don't know. I made one a long time ago, and I used cardboard, and I made a tongue that sticks right out.
How did you do that?
I don't know. I made it curl around. You'll see. It's not like your tongue. Your tongue looks soft. May I feel your tongue?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, your tongue moves. See, and it's very soft. My tongue's not like that.
Kind of tickle.
Sorry. Let's compare. Okay, so I'll show you the tongue one first, okay?
Okay.
I better take off the glasses. Look at this one. This is probably maybe as old as your parents. Let's see, I'll turn it sideways so you can see that tongue, how it sticks out like that. Silly. This is the back of it. This was actually made, my friend helped me make this. I put this like greasy stuff, like Vaseline stuff all over my face. And then we put plaster and gauze. Or sometimes people use the stuff like if you get a broken arm and little strips of that stuff that you wet it and it has plaster powder in it and then it gets all mushy and goes like just like your face, but then it dries hard like a cast on your arm. Oh wait, I'll show you my other one too, because that one I can't wear glasses. Now this, I don't even know if you would really call this a mask because I can't see through it. I put eyes in it. You see? It has eyes. And so those are not holes. Those are the kind of eyes that you would put like if you had a stuffed animal. Something, I know it's kind of reflection-y. Look like this one. But this is the same thing in terms of being plaster right over my face. It's tricky. You have to hold very still, and you know what you have to do? You have to put. This wouldn't be a good thing for now because we don't want to be touching our faces and especially our noses and everything. But back when the times get good again, we could do this. You put like little pieces of straws. You don't put them up your nose, but you sort of rest them right on the edge. And then you put the stuff over it so you could still breathe. Because you get totally covered. And then sometimes you don't cover your eyes and sometimes you do. And then you poke, you cut it out when it's all dry and it's a mask. You cut it out like you cut out a paper plate. It would be fun to do that sometime. Maybe when we go back to school. And then I was thinking, see how I put those jewels on the mouth? Kind of looks like braces or something. All right, that was masks. Mr. Ed likes his mask. I think we just made that one today.
Yeah, I like it very much.
And we don't have a mask for Lambie, but she's not here.
No, she's not.
Well, where is she?
Well, she went out to play in the rain, but I have bad news.
What? Sounds like fun to play in the rain. Did she take her umbrella?
No, that's the bad news. She forgot it. It's right over here.
Oh, yes. For sure.
Yep, Lambie's umbrella.
Yeah, she'll probably be sorry she missed this.
Or maybe not. She likes to get wet.
Well, that's true. And she has wool. And wool is amazing. And her skin doesn't even get wet because she's Lambie. She's made of wool. And the water kind of runs right off the wool. That's like my wool hat. It's a good rain hat because of that. Well, what have you been doing?
Well, look over here.
What is that?
That's my house, and I've been decorating.
Oh, okay. How are you decorating?
Well, I'm making wallpaper, and I hung a picture on the wall, and I have a lovely chandelier.
All right, well, let's look and see what you have here. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean.
See up there? That's a chandelier.
How are we going to zoom in? Because I don't know how to zoom with this. I might have to zoom your house in. What were you decorating? Oh, on the wall? How did you do that?
Oh, I used a Sharpie.
Okay, do you want to do a little bit of that right here?
Okay.
I'm going to help Mr. Ed. Oh, I see. Yeah. All right. Basically make some flowers, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I always forget you have to hold your markers in your mouth. I don't do it that way. That's nice. Oh.
All done.
Oh, it's very beautiful. What is that, a table or what's on there?
Yeah, we got to figure out how to get that house closer so you can see clearly, because that is a band of dog musicians.
Dog musicians?
Yes, it's so dark. Oh, wait, I have an idea. Let's turn on the big lights. Press the button.
Well, there's one. Well, that might be too much light now. Well, I will. How can I do it so that it doesn't? Well, that's a little better. It's just very bright. You know what, Mr. Ed, for videos, we should probably put something over that.
Right, not right now, okay? I just want to show you what I did.
Okay.
Well, you can see my musician friends are there, and we can bring them closer. But I really want you to see the picture on the wall that Lambie made.
Oh, yeah, the pig. I see it.
Yeah, and I put a frame around it.
Oh, yes, I see that.
It's really, really hard.
Why?
You know know how hard it is to make a square?
No, yeah. I mean, there's things that make it easier, and just trying to make one all by yourself is hard. Yeah.
Well, I really needed help. And I kept making a rectangle or a triangle or something. I was getting all confused.
Oh, shapes. Yeah. Shapes, there's a lot of them, right? And squares and rectangles are very similar.
Yeah, so I was trying.
It looks really cute. It looks really, really cute. And it looks like you have curtains. Do you really have curtains?
Yep.
Let's see. I don't know if I'll be able to. Oh, yes, I can show the curtains a little bit. And they're way over there. So I have to get up. Do they open?
Oh yeah, they open. There's a real window there.
Let me see if I can do this so that you can. Oh, yeah, that's better. Let me see. Let's open it up. Oh, yeah, I see it. It's almost got a little hole. So you could peek in there, or you could peek out, and then you can close them. Very nice. Well, I know what you mean about the shapes. That is kind of hard to get them. And I usually use tools for everything. I can't draw a circle. I can draw a circle, but it's not a perfect circle. Like I always like, if I want it to be perfect, I trace around the edge.
Will you help me?
Of course, of course. You know, I have a song about shapes. And I'm not sure about copyright things. So maybe I have a song about shapes and maybe I don't.
Which one is it?
It's that one that goes, triangle, triangle. So maybe to make things fair or good, I should say it's by Hap Palmer.
Oh, I like Hap Palmer. He's the one, the color song. Red stand up, yellow stand up, green and blue sit down.
Yes, I know that is true.
Yellow stand up.
No, Mr. Ed.
Green stand up.
Yes, I know.
Red and blue sit down.
Yes, right. It's true.
I like that one. Let's do that one.
Okay, we should wait till maybe we have more friends here. So it'd be not just two people.
Okay.
All right, you want to hear my shape song though? That was the color song. How about the shape song?
Okay.
Let's see if I can make it happen.
Oh yeah, I like this one.
Triangle, where can you be? What do we look for and what do we see? I'm a sailor.
It's a triangle.
Or a hanger for your coat.
Or a coat hanger.
I have 3 angles and 3 straight sides. Circle, circle, where can you be? What do we look for and what do we see? I'm a wheel on a skate, a clock or a plate. I curve around in an endless line.
Hey, come on. I'm just holding up shapes to show. Circle. Oh, square.
That's the one that's hard. There's one. There's a square.
There's a square. It's the same here and here and here. Yep, it's the same. Ovals are hard to find around the house. Look what I found. Yep, that's an oval. And oval. See that rectangle? It's a rectangle.
triangle, circle,
I can't do that really fast.
oval and rectangle.
That was way too hard.
As you go through the plane, cars on the way, and see all the shapes that surround you.
Right.
I like that one.
Let's see.
Oh, you help me?
All right. All right. Remember I told you I use tools?
Yeah.
All right. One thing that I use that I actually love that's very fun is graph paper. And graph paper is a good way to make rectangles and squares, for sure. I have two kinds of graph paper here. Let me show everybody, okay?
Okay.
There's this kind. There's lots and lots of kinds. And this is graph paper that if you have a printer at your house, some printers have a setting that prints graph paper, and you can download graph paper too. But the reason that graph paper is a good tool for making a square, because Mr. Ed's right, it can be quite tricky. Square is the same bigness on all the edges. So graph paper makes it easy because I can count and make sure it's the same. Like I'm going to use 5 because we had 5 on the other day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll make a line right after that. And I'm going to go over by 5 as well. That's 5 down. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I'm going to make sure it's the same, because if I make it big, it will be a rectangle. If I make it 8, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I drew a line after that, and I'll show you what that would look like that. It's not a square. That's a rectangle. The square has to be the same. 5 on one side and 5 on the other. That is a square, not this part, just that part. That's the square because it's 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's also 5 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how you have a square. How is that? Did you understand that part?
Yeah, but I have a question. What if you don't have graph paper?
Oh, that is a good question. Well, you can fold it. Let me show you. If you just take, and I'll just take this paper, even though it is the graph paper I'll just pretend it's just a regular old paper.
Okay.
I'm going to fold one corner, this, and I'm going to line up. See, on one side is going to be a corner like a kitty cat's ear, and I'm going to line up the 2 pieces of paper so that they're the same on the same edge, so the edges match. Okay, I'm going to pinch it now because remember, when you fold it, you have to press it down hard. So Mr. Ed's helping me press it down. Now it looks like that. This doesn't look like a square at all.
No, it doesn't look like a square. What are you doing?
But what? Wait a minute. Wait. Watch. Watch. I'll show you, because this is how you could get a square from a rectangle. If you just do that, pick one corner and fold it, pinch it down so that the top edge lines up with the side edge. Make a nice firm fold right there. And then see this hanging down part? That's the part that makes it a rectangle. If we cut it off, it'll turn into a square. I'll show you. All right, let's see if I And if you don't know how to make a triangle, when you have your square and fold it in half diagonally like this, it does actually, I mean, of course, it did turn into a square, just like we wanted. That's a real square, that's the same. But now there's a beautiful line down the middle too, from corner to corner, diagonally. And if you cut that in half or fold it, it turns into a triangle. Triangle, triangle. What did they say? It could be sail for a boat or a hanger for your clothes. That's what they said in that song. All right. Oh, I have a book. Oh, I wanted to, remember when Lambie got disappointed about the umbrella when we wouldn't let her open the umbrella at school and she was disappointed? I was just remembering about disappointed. When I found my pack of pencils that I was disappointed about, I bought these pencils at the store and I thought, how lovely. A pencil that will color blue, a pencil that will color green, a pencil that will color yellow, and a pencil that will color orange and pink. And actually, I think there was maybe a purple one in there too. And when I didn't read carefully, and when I got them home, I was disappointed. Just regular old pencil inside. It's not colored at all. It's just the outside of it is colored. I was disappointed. Oh, like that. Anyway, oh, I have a, book about shapes. And this one, I mean, some of them you could just say, well, it's like shaped like a circle or half a circle. I don't really know how to share this book with you the best way because at the bottom, there's things that sort of match. It wouldn't be this. It wouldn't be this. It wouldn't be this yet. Or this, which looks sort of like the frame around Lambie's pig. But look at that. Half a circle, but then you see a watermelon. Would you think, well, there's half a circle? You probably wouldn't think that. What's the next? Well, there's a square, and I think we just passed. Yeah, look at that. Those are a little square. Although, truthfully, this looks a bit long. That might actually be a rectangle. Sometimes it's tricky to, you can't really tell very well. Let's see, what else do we have? Well, that's the half a circle going the other way. I wonder what that would be like. It's not this. Aha! That looks like a little ladybug. And then that one looks like what? I'd call it rectangle. So I see half a circle. I see this is an interesting shape. I don't know how much time do we have. Not much. On another day, I'll show you the shape. This is important. It's called vesica piscis, and it's made by two circles overlapping. And it's how you find when you get to the middle of this and that, it makes a triangle. I'll show you someday. It's very cool. Lots of people think it's really special. Like there's a well that people think is a special well with special water, and they made a picture of this shape on top. And this shape's important. Like like when they make fancy buildings, like castles and things. You see, they put that at the top, like of the archway. Anyway. There's a few, but the last thing I want to say about these is this could be a circle, but it could also be, what if it's really this white part and you're just looking through the hole? What if it's just a hole in white in a circle? I mean, circular shaped hole in a piece of white paper or wood or something. What I'm trying to say is that sometimes you could look at this or you could look at this. For example, we've seen this at school. Some people say, oh, I'm looking at the black part. I see two faces. Then other people say, oh, I'm looking at the white part. I think that's a vase or a candlestick or something to put flowers in, something like that. this one. There's this guy. He was such a good drawer. Talk about practice and not, oh, he was such a good drawer. But anyway, his name is M.C. Escher. And he made these, and look at this. I mean, if you look at the top, you go, that's not so amazing. It's some birds flying. And if you look at the bottom, you say, that's not so amazing. It's just some fish swimming. If you go up, the fish changes, and they have fewer and fewer details. Not shaded. They don't have the same detail on the fins. So pretty soon, they just turn into white space. You can see the tail. It's still sort of a fish-shaped space. It just kind of turns into the sky. The fish turn into the sky, and then what's going on with the birds? Same thing, high detail, and then it gets just kind of like bird shapes, and then just kind of bird blobs kind of as it goes down, and then it's really just the bird-shaped space between the fish. Isn't that amazing? Just depends how you look at things, what you see. Now let's see, I have another one like that. I'll show you. This is a picture. This is made of a cloth and paint. A lady painted on it. Sorry about the reflection. I'm not that together. And look here. Here's a tree with a dark blue trunk and dark blue branches and dark blue birds hanging out. And here's another tree, but it's a white tree with white branches and white squirrels. Look at the shapes. What happens here? That dark blue bird turned into a white bird. The branches turned into the dark space in between the white branches. And then the same thing happened here. It reversed again. White bird and a dark blue bird and a dark blue trunk, and then the branches shift. That's pretty cool. And then I have one more. This is usually on the wall behind me. This is a picture of Don Quixote. I'm not doing it right. It's very shiny. I'm very sorry. Now, if I hold this back, like maybe way back here, and you go, oh, what's the big deal? It's just a picture of some old man, right? And yeah, okay, so even that I would have it because I like this guy. He looked at things differently for sure. He was always wandering around trying to rescue people because he thought he was a rescuing type of guy. And he had a friend, and he had I think it was a donkey or a mule, but the way he looked at it, it was the most beautiful horse in the world. Everything was how he saw. Like if he saw an old, like crummy tent made of tents and boxes and tarps, he'd say, oh, it's a beautiful castle. He saw things just differently. But when you get close, you can see that that is not a picture of an old guy. This is a ballet. Do you see the ballet? There's the ballerina in a tutu, and the man ballerina is holding her up. And over on the side, some women are washing the floors. And over on the other side, there's a fella in bed. Maybe that's Cervantes. And even on the top, if you look carefully, I mean, I doubt I could show you good enough. That whole top thing is horses. Can you see? There's horses, and all that's all their legs. Even the guy's face isn't really the guy. Look at his hair. It's really wings of an angel. How to look at things. Pretty cool. I didn't really get to show you Mr. Ed's band. Where is he anyway? I can bring this over so that you can see the band more clearly. Mr. Ed? Oh, what nice little thing. I've been trying to make the sunshine ring a bell. And so I've made little videos. Maybe I'll hook them on the end of this so you can see my try to make the sunshine ring a bell experiment. It's not working so far. I have to try harder. I have some ideas like to change bells. You know, I have this big bell maybe, or I have medium bells where the camera part, and then I have like teeny tiny. So I don't know. Maybe some of these will work because currently nothing is working. All right, let's see these guys. Bring it closer. Too bright. Whoa. One of the band members just jumped off the table. Oh, there he fell down. Sorry, fellas. There's probably a better way to do that. But, you know, I'm learning. I think I got the PDF on. That was well, if I did, it was an accomplishment. All right, let's see. I better put this cap on Mr. Ed's Sharpie. I don't know where he is. So I'll say goodbye, and I'm going to flip this light off. Oh no, wrong light. Try again. Oh, now it's just the chandelier glowing. I'll say goodbye for Mr. Ed, and I thought we might even see Lambie, but maybe, I don't know. She's probably, if I know Lambie, she's found a very, very deep puddle, because what she loves to do is find puddles that are like this deep, splash, splash. You know, Lambie. Maybe they'll be here on another day. All right, take care, drink water, invent things, have some experiments. Okay, bye-bye.
This is a little plastic flower that my brother and his wife gave for treats at their wedding a long time ago. And that little window on the top of the little flower pot takes the sun in, and the light goes in there, and it changes into energy, and it makes the flower wiggle. So it never needs batteries, just takes the sun and turns it into energy, which is really all energy on the whole planet comes from the sun. This is just a simple, simple little thing where the sun makes the flower wiggle. So I had an idea that I wanted, because I had two, and on one of them the flower broke off, and I had a good idea that maybe instead it could wiggle a bell, and maybe the bell would jingle. But it didn't work. First of all, the stem broke off very short, and I tried different things, and I ended up gluing part of a Starbucks stick on it. Let me just change this. Let's see if I can get that so that you can see more clearly. All right, here it goes. So you can see that there's a Starbucks stick glued on where the stem broke. And then there's a bell that I thought would go jingle, jingle, jingle. And no matter how quiet I am, I hear nothing. So I have some other bells. And I have to be careful because when it's too heavy. I can show you a wee bit when the stick was really big. It was too heavy and it wouldn't move at all. It would just go curlump, curlump. This one's moving, but just not ringing. So I have to do another experiment to try to make it work. Well, I glued one of those Starbucks sticks onto the stem, and then I tied a little bell on there because that's my idea of what I'm trying to do, but it's too heavy. Let me see if I can see. It goes, the light will make the leaves go, but then this thing's just too heavy, it goes kolunk. So I'm going to cut it down and see if I can make it not too heavy.